Did you know that mail-in voting laws have recently changed in many states? From stricter ID requirements to new ballot drop-off rules, these updates could shape the way Americans vote in upcoming elections. But are these changes protecting election integrity, or are they making it harder to vote? Welcome to Bizarre Regs, where we explore the impact of these new mail-in voting laws on future elections. Mail-in voting has grown significantly in recent years, especially during the pandemic, when it became a safe alternative for millions of voters. In the 2020 election, mail-in ballots were a major factor, and states across the country took notice. Many people found mail-in voting to be convenient and accessible, leading to record turnout in some areas. However, concerns over security, voter fraud, and ballot handling also surfaced, sparking debate over whether mail-in voting should become a permanent option, and if so, how it should be regulated. So, what exactly has changed? In several key states, lawmakers have introduced stricter requirements for mail-in voting. For example, some states now require voters to provide a copy of their ID or driver's license with their mail-in ballot application. Other states have imposed tighter deadlines, requiring ballots to be received by Election Day, even if they were mailed before the deadline. In some places, drop-off locations for ballots have been reduced, meaning voters must go to specific locations to submit their ballots instead of using drop boxes widely available in 2020. Supporters say these changes are necessary to prevent voter fraud and ensure a fair process. Critics argue they place unnecessary hurdles for voters, particularly those in rural areas or with limited access to transportation. These changes have sparked a lot of debate. Many voters and political groups see stricter mail-in voting laws as essential for election security, believing that safeguards like ID requirements and early deadlines prevent the possibility of fraudulent voting. They argue that these measures are about protecting the integrity of the democratic process, ensuring that every legitimate vote is counted. On the other hand, some people believe that these new laws make it harder for certain groups to vote, especially elderly, disabled, or low-income individuals who may rely on mail-in voting. Civil rights advocates worry that these rules could discourage voter turnout, particularly in communities where access to polling places is already limited. So what could this mean for future elections? These new mail-in voting laws could have a major impact, especially in closely contested states. Some analysts predict that stricter rules might lead to lower voter turnout, particularly in states with high numbers of mail-in voters. Swing states in particular could see shifts in voter demographics, with some groups potentially being affected more than others. However, it's also possible that voters will adapt to these new requirements and continue to use mail-in voting as a convenient option. Ultimately, these changes highlight an ongoing debate over how to balance security and accessibility in the voting process. Thanks for watching this episode of Bizarre Regs. If you found today's topic insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. What do you think about the new mail-in voting rules? Do they make the system fairer, or do they create more barriers? Let us know in the comments below. This is Bizarre Regs, where we explore the world's most unexpected laws, one regulation at a time.